News this week brought to you by Ford. The big story was Daryl Curtis winning the Marrakesh Rally and Rian van Niekerk getting up there into 6th place. A great result for the Broadlink KTM Rally team. There'll be a new race format for the Bell 300 on the 7th of July. In other words, all in one, qualifying and racing in one day. In the previous round of the Quad Championship, there was another maiden victory, this time for Yuri Meyer Jr., leaving him championship leader, with Andre Duplessis finishing 2nd and Jacques Struwik, the Busman, coming through for the 3rd place. Matthew Barnard, the junior, stepping up into the pro field, rode through almost the entire field to finish in 4th place. Although the Can-Am boys had their problems on the day, Jackie Antigua still came into the Kalahari 400 sitting in 3rd place in the championship. But the day belonged to the Mayers, with Yuri Jr. winning overall and Yuri Sr. winning in the Masters. After 2 rounds of the championship, this is how it stands. Yuri Meyer Jr. leading things out 10 points ahead of Andre Duplessis. Jackie Antigua down in 3rd. The big story, Brian Baragwanath down in 7th. Knowing that the day would be short and that there would be 5D controls, fitness would not be the determining factor, but looking after the engine and the mechanics on the bikes would. Time trial once again proving to be the most important factor to start out the race weekend, and Brian Baragwanath once again was the fastest rider out there, a full 13 seconds ahead of his stablemate Yuri Meyer Jr. Damien Lee, fastest of the Hondas, in 3rd place.
Yeah, it's a technical race. It's a fast race, the old Kalahari 400. Back in the old days we used to do 1,000 Ks, yeah? Today only 400, so you know, it's a pity we're not like the old days, but it is still fun. It is still technical, it's high concentration stuff, and you don't get a chance to make mistakes when you're pushing in the front.
John Aylward is a new name in the 2012 Quad Championships as far as the off-roads go, and arrived with a bang. He looks like a threat at every single round. What is the desert going to be holding out for the new kid on the block?
Yes, I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm very glad to have this opportunity to be here, and hopefully I can stick around for a while.
Good qualifying yesterday. This type of terrain going to suit your style?
It's the first time I've ever ridden this type of terrain. Obviously very sandy and everything, but I'm going to take it as it comes and see how it goes.
How are you finding this championship? You've slotted into it pretty easily?
Yeah, it's been hard work, very hard work. The guys are fast, guys are very fast, but I hope to keep working hard and maybe work my way up.
Coming off a maiden victory and leading the championship. He's never been in this position before. We caught up with Yuri Meyer Jr. before the desert race.
Yeah, well, the guys that's not so fit going to have an advantage for every DSP after the loops. But, so yeah, the fittest guy I think will win today.
Leading the championship now, a bit of pressure on your back?
Yeah, well, we're dealing with it. We're hoping for the best. We want to make it big this year.
Riders were greeted with near-perfect weather conditions for the start of the race day. Off first, after winning the time trial, was Brian Baragwanath on the brutal 700cc Yamaha, which everyone tagged as a race winner. Although Baragwanath is using this season to develop the bike, he must feel quite unlucky at finishing down the order in round number 1 after leading 90% of the route. Championship leader Yuri Meyer left only 13 seconds behind his stablemate, but immediately went onto the incorrect route, pushing him close to the back of the pack. Michael Wagner shows us just how easy it was to make this mistake. Thankfully, he corrected it. out front, and Brian Baragwanath opened the throttle to pull a big lead on second place, who was now John Aylward, already capitalizing on the mistake from Damien Lee, who had dropped one position. Tina Spriedenkamp had to battle through the dust with Michael de Beer 40 seconds behind, leaving him with clear vision. Jackie Antigua and the Can-Am had a steady pace, but he was desperate to get up to the battle for the lead. Right in the championship hunt was Andre Duplessis, and with Yuri Meyer now out of contention for the race, Andre just needed to be steady and consistent throughout the day, and he would be moving up in the championship. Michael Wagner, who has had bad luck on his bike in the past and was now pushing to see how competitive his machine could be. Veteran rider Jacques Struvic knows how to ride in the desert, and he was not trailing too far behind. This terrain is right up his alley. Stefan Swanepoel was in a jovial mood as always, the results getting better and better throughout the 2012 season for the Yamaha rider. Evolution Racing's Donnie Erasmus had a great time trial to put him into the top 10, and he was running still in the top 10 at this stage. Great to see him getting up there. Eric Williams would have been disappointed to only qualify in 14th and rode hard in the early stages to make up time, with the first of the Q2 riders, Leonard DeSantis, right behind him.
What happened?
Went dead.
Just went dead?
Yeah, about 5 k's in, just went dead. Tried to fix the relay, the starter relay, then it got running again. Then it went dead again, got it running again, and now it's stopped. Now it doesn't want to start again. So I have to see what's wrong with it. I've tried everything.
A real shame for the talented Dino de Amaral. Second of the factory Can-Ams was Jamie Fensham, who was in a battle with someone he knows well, fellow ex-junior Matthew Barnard. The youngsters would go at it at round number 3. Baragwanath's lead just seemed to grow and grow, and it was all going according to plan. But would it last? Because he has been hounded by that grey cloud of bad luck this season. John Aylward crashed earlier on, damaging his rear axle, promoting Damien Lee back into his second place.